Welcome back everybody to another episode of Borderlands Breaking News. Guys, right now I'm actually in LA for the Borderlands 4 FanFest event, so this video is recorded in advance, so if you're watching this, say hey to me if you're in LA, I'd love to meet some of you guys. We've got an exciting video today, but before we get into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also leave a like on the video if you want to stay up to date on all things Borderlands 4 Breaking News. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it with what you probably clicked on the video for. That's right, it is official, Maurice's black market vending machine will be in Borderlands 4. Now this is coming courtesy of gameplay I captured at my gameplay event back in London last month, and you can see the gameplay on the screen here where I open up the map within the game, and you can see in the map legend, which tells you all of the different icons on the map, that one of them is Maurice's black market. Now sadly I do not have gameplay of the machine to show you guys because I could not find it on the map, so I'm unsure if it's even marked on the map or only marked when you get near it. But yes, the black market is seemingly going to be in Borderlands 4 at launch. It is highly possible with the current gameplay event going on that somebody finds it in game, and if that happens, feel free to let us know in the comment section down below or at me on Twitter at EpicNNG. But as you can see in this gameplay, no smoke and mirrors, Maurice's black market is a feature in Borderlands 4, which is very exciting, but I will say it does make me wonder and worry a little bit about the legendary economy, if it's going to work the same as it did in Borderlands 3. It also makes me question how it's going to function currency wise, and if it's going to take cash, Eridium, or Ordinite, which is this new currency, or at least so we think, in Borderlands 4. But something I thought you guys would really want to know there, and I hope that makes you excited, and if it doesn't, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of Maurice's black market returning in Borderlands 4? Now moving on here, let's talk about some other changes in Borderlands 4 which are going to be in the game. Now first and foremost, we have to talk about the item of the day on vendors. Now in previous games you would have to open up the vendor, and on the right side of the vendor would be a specific item that would rotate in and out that you could buy, and it was a little more expensive than the typical listed items. If you're a Borderlands fan, you know what the item of the day is. And so it might interest you to know that in Borderlands 4 they're kind of changing how that's displayed as a little quality of life feature, because now the item of the day for vendors is displayed on the side of the machine, as you can see in this gameplay right here. There is no need to now go into the vendor and purchase it from there. You can purchase it directly from the side of the vendor, and I think that's a really cool feature, and one that I didn't even think about adding to the game. So a nice quality of life that no one sees coming is something which I have to give credit for there, so fair play to Gearbox on that, and something that you might find cool. Next up, before we get into the larger stuff, let's also talk about optimization on PC. Frame gen is confirmed for the game unless they remove it at last minute. From what I was able to capture when I played Borderlands 4, you are seeing on screen right here that there is frame gen in Borderlands 4. It is an option to turn on, and I guess this obviously will not be an option for console players, but for PC, yes, you can turn on frame gen. Now let's move on to some slightly negative news. Swimming is an advertised feature for Borderlands 4, a new way to move around the world and navigate ocean areas or just pools and rivers and whatnot. But unfortunately, I do have some bad news to share on this. Swimming does not appear to let you swim underwater. It seems that it will only let you swim on the surface of bodies of water. You can't go underwater. There is no holding your breath mechanic. It's purely to make sure that you can swim on the surface, but there is no deep diving. So swimming, not really what people thought it was going to be. Now, it is entirely possible that there is something in the future in the game, or something you can unlock that lets you dive underwater, but I just don't think this is the case, and I thought it'd be something that you guys would find interesting to know. Additionally, if you go down and then you land in water, it seems like you just instantly die. There is no option to get out of fight for your life if you're in a body of water and then you go down. Anyhow, moving on, let's talk about Transmog. Previously in Borderlands games, this was something you would have to go up to quick change stations to do if you wanted to swap out your head or your your skin, but in Borderlands 4 this is not the case anymore. You do not need to do that. You now can do that through your menu. It is now something that is directly in your menu, no different to accessing your inventory, and you can see in the gameplay right here that I am changing up my transmog just by being in a menu screen. It's very quick, very simple, and yeah, a lot more streamlined to the player, so that might be some good news for those of you who are tired of always having to go back to Sanctuary just to change the head on your Vault Hunter. And now as we wind down on the video here, I've got two more things to talk about. First of all is loot boxes. Loot boxes are a new in-game reward in Borderlands 4 that you earn from completing challenges and side missions, and also main missions, I believe. Whenever you get one, you can go into your inventory and claim it, and out will pop a blue or a purple. It's unclear how these are going to work at endgame, but my guess would be that at endgame there is going to be rewards like this from activities. Instead of outright just giving you loot, you're going to get a box instead, and inside may have a selection of things. So really interesting, and I think there's a lot that they can do with this, and like a year from now I think we're still going to be talking about different loot boxes and whatnot that you'll be able to find in game and get from activities. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about for this video is the change to SDU upgrades. Now, in previous games, you would have to use money or Eridium to purchase SDU upgrades for your gear. You would visit Crazy Earl and that's how you would update your stuff. However, in Borderlands 4, that is no longer the case. It does not appear that Crazy Earl is a vendor in the game, at least not for SDUs. That is all done through your menu now, and the way that you get the currency to do it is very interesting. Now, within the game, stuff like the hidden vault symbols, which are now a glowing orange thing in the world, which is pretty neat, and other stuff like collectible Marcus bobbleheads, echo devices, and more will give you SDU points, and you'll use those points to purchase upgrades for your SDUs. Now, it should be interesting to note that I did ask a dev at Gearbox on how this was going to work for repeat playthroughs, and they said that this is not profile bound, it is character bound. So you will need to do this on every single new character. You'll need to scour the world for the hidden stuff. So it should be very interesting to see come launch who's going to have guides out on how to get every single vault symbol, bobblehead, and whatnot. The idea to map out the location specifically for this stuff is very fun to think about, because now it's going to be something you actually have to do in order to get SDUs for your character. To my knowledge, there's no other way to go about doing that. So that was something I wanted to talk about, because I think it's something that you guys are going to find very interesting as a gameplay change. For the first time in the series, SDUs are being made more of a secret unlock as opposed to something that you'll just have guaranteed. Now, you do have to go out and find those vault symbols, you do have to go out and find those bobbleheads and all of those hidden secrets around the world. I'm unsure if there is other ways to increase your SDU size without doing that, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that change overall. It's not a deal breaker for me, and I actually welcome it to the game. I think it's going to be a net positive for engagement. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Borderlands Breaking News. Again, I'm going to be a little slow here over the next coming days, so you'll have to excuse me. I have a lot going on right now, and one of them is that I am in California right now, so I'm not able to make any new videos. So what I'm uploading is all recorded in advance. But again, if you're in California and you see me and you want to take a picture, or if you see me and Jolts or me and Moxie or whoever and you want to take a picture with us, feel free to come up and ask. And yeah, thank you for all of the support recently. It really means a lot, and I got some big videos coming soon, so make sure you're subbed to the channel for that. And guys, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next Borderlands Breaking News video.